Welcome to episode 21 of Phatt Chat. We've got all the beautiful beards here today. We got Zach to my left.
Shoot.
We have Josh to my right.
Hey.
And to my far right,
Yo.
we have James. It's reaching out to you. You didn't connect.
I touch you.
There we go. Connections. Yes. That's what we're all about here, you guys. Making
Always the connections.
With everybody.
Everyone. At the same time.
I'm connecting with you guys, two of you right now.
Sure, our legs are touching.
Under the table.
It's true.
Well, yeah, it's true. And you also connected with that beer bottle earlier.
I do drink beer.
So, in episode 21, Josh and I thought it appropriate to drink beer. It's episode 21. Our podcast is now old enough to drink in podcast years.
Because
we decided podcast years versus real years are completely different things.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay,
I like that. So, 21, drinking. So, we're going to decide that we need to drink a lot. So
we'll try.
We'll try.
We'll keep it classy,
just for you guys,
like an English lady. So cheers to everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Episode 21.
Cheers.
Woo. Episode 21, you guys. We've been doing it for a while. You can definitely check it out on phatgaming.com. You can download it on iTunes. Of course, you guys, you can go to YouTube, go to Phatt Island Gaming, find them all there. They drop in 3 parts now, so you're going to get the news of the week. And then definitely check back later for the rest of the parts. So
do it.
The store is still down. I'm sorry, you guys. The store is still down right now. It will be back up soon, but when it comes back, you're gonna love it. You'll be happy with it.
The Oompa Loompas are on strike.
It's gonna be great. You can get your Phatt Island mugs there. You can get your insert disc for t-shirts.
We're all prepared. It looks like we know what we're doing.
Doesn't it though? Doesn't it?
Get your drink accessibility inhibitor remover.
Boom.
Also known as a bottle opener.
No, don't.
Don't downplay it.
Don't downplay it. It's important. Okay, these things are real.
Indeed.
So, news of the week, you guys. Big week, a lot of news. So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna start cranking this news out.
Booyah!
Probably the biggest news, at least the one I was probably most excited about. Final Fantasy 15 got a release date, got a collector's edition, got a TV series. So a lot of information.
Excited.
Oh yeah.
That press conference was awesome.
Anybody who doesn't know, there was a big press conference. The guys from Kind of Funny ran it.
Greg Miller, Tim Gettys.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job. It was great. I only got to catch like the last half because I was like out for the first half, then I like came back, got to catch the rest of it. I like rewatched it.
15 big announcements.
Yeah,
it was a good countdown. Every countdown just led to something even bigger.
Okay, let's talk about the biggest.
The giant $280 collector's edition.
Giant $280 collector's edition.
I tried to pre-order one. I didn't have the money. I still tried.
So only pre-orderable off their website. It wasn't like Amazon had it. It wasn't like you could go in and reserve it in store. It was only off their website. There was only 30,000 made worldwide. So that's everywhere in the world. And 200, I think it was 270.
Yeah, it was. It was 270.
$79.99.
No, it was
$269.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, though, like very expensive. It looked amazing. The statue is a gentle giant statue.
So, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. It comes with everything because they're deluxe edition. It's like the giant cool steel case, like the DVD for the thing that they announced coming out, the show.
Yep.
The game itself, and then some cool DLC goodies. Ultimate Edition, the big prize piece there was their Play Arts Kai action figure of
that sold out
Noctis. It sold out first hour.
Oh yeah, like right away.
Yeah,
first
it was
hour.
very quick.
I had one in cart, but I had no money to get it. So I was like, God.
I had the opportunity. I could have done it, and then I sat there. My wife was next to me, and we were just like, I can't justify this. I can't justify this.
It's $280.
I got the deluxe edition though, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy about that.
So I'd like to say I genuinely think that it's worth the money.
I think so.
I think the $270 price point is worth it. I think everything you get with it, the beautiful statue,
Agreed.
The steelbook, the game.
You get like five disc soundtrack with it too. It's
so
crazy.
Yeah, indeed.
A ton of stuff. The price of it is there. Do I have $270 to drop on that?
Worst time to announce it for me.
Yeah, probably not.
Middle of the week.
Middle of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could, like I said, I could have, but I just like I couldn't justify it. I
Plus,
just couldn't do it.
I always have to think like, what else? Like, we haven't even gotten some of our big announcements. We haven't even gotten E3. We haven't done anything like that. Where a lot of these big announcements happen, where other collector's editions, and man, really at $270, that's like 2 other collector's editions.
But their action figures alone, though, are like super crazy, really good, very articulate, very structured, very durable. and those alone will go for $120 to $110
Easy.
brand new.
Oh yeah.
So straight from them too. So it's like that's your big chunk out of all
course.
this is mainly just the action figure.
Yeah.
In fact, it's limited to the collector's edition.
I'm really
I
excited.
was drooling.
I'm really excited to continue to see where this animated series is going to go.
It's so
because I
good.
saw the episode 1 already. It was
dropped
phenomenal.
so good.
Usually I
haven't
can't
seen it.
stand
It's on YouTube.
watching things in Japanese. I hate subtitles. Can't stand it. This is the first time
didn't
in
even
my
notice.
life it's never bothered me.
They're coming out with English dub version. I think Aaron Paul.
I'm still okay with it not
Yeah.
being.
Well, yeah, but I was saying Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, who plays Jesse.
He's in the
English dub version, right?
He's in the so the ones we watched on YouTube. That's an anime. It's like a 5-part episode that
it's
they're
the anime.
releasing.
Oh, that's different?
Yeah, so it's different.
Oh.
Aaron Paul is part of the actual movie Kingsglaive, which is the prequel to Final Fantasy 15, and he plays as the main antagonist.
Antagonist?
So he's the bad guy.
Jesse's a bad guy.
So it's really cool.
Again.
Go figure.
So let's talk about the 10 million units sold number they talked about. So they basically said for this game to be a success in their eyes, it needs to sell 10 million copies. The internet kind of blew up saying originally like, oh my God, if they don't sell 10 million copies, they're not going to make a profit, which would be an absurd amount of money spent on a video game. So the developers came out, they cleared that up very carefully and said, no, that's like our personal goal. That's what we would like to hit. That's where we feel the
It's
time,
lifespan.
yeah, the time and energy we've put in. If we hit 10 million copies, then we'll be happy with what we do. And like you said, it would be over a lifespan.
Yeah, not initial launch, not 10 million copies out the door, but lifespan of the game.
Yeah. That's an absurd number, even kind of in itself, considering the PlayStation in December posted 30 million sales. So that would mean a third of every single PlayStation user would pick up this game.
That would be a lot.
That's a big number. But like you said, it is over its lifespan. It is the biggest number a Final Fantasy game would have ever gotten so far. Even 7
Trump 7.
has not hit 10 million over its lifespan. It's been out for years. So for a new game to come out and say we need to hit that number, it's a big number for them. I think it's
definitely.
I think it's advantageous, but I think they can do it.
Well, after playing the Platinum demo, I think because I didn't get to play the first one, I'm pretty sold
Platinum
on
demo
it.
was so good.
We should sit down
Is this
because
still out there?
the first demo is still playable if you have it downloaded.
I don't have it.
I do have it
Episode disc guy.
downloaded, so you can check it out.
I would love you forever.
We should do a stream of it. We can do that.
Yeah,
kind of
dude.
do a little bit
Absolutely.
of fun with that
I
stuff.
haven't played either of them, but I'm really interested in the game because it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like an approachable Final Fantasy for me.
The Platinum demo was really short. You can honestly, if you took your time with it, you're going to run through it in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's really short. It's really just easy. It gives you a nice little, just kind of shows you
of
what
the
the game
game.
is. Yeah.
in the big room, the big wooden room with all the like toys and stuff, I literally went around finding every single little button that you can push by standing on it, just to see all the different cars I could turn into.
Yeah.
And it was only like 3.
Did you go back after
upset.
beating it the first time? So you can get the locked platforms. They unlock so you can go back and do other
Yep.
stuff.
No, I didn't know that.
So it did have some replayable, like some replay value to it. And
I
stuff
did find
like
the better
that.
weapons.
Yeah,
which was
shuriken
cool.
up top.
It definitely felt like, especially when you're in that room, it felt like Kingdom Hearts.
I wouldn't know.
Obviously, same
Yes, sir.
same studio, but it definitely had that feel. Obviously, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts have always kind of felt similar to each other, but when I went into that little room immediately, I was like, I am playing Kingdom Hearts. Like, this could be the next Kingdom Hearts.
Especially
and
when
I'd be
you
okay with
jump
it.
and like you float for a second when you touch those bricks. I was
Yep.
like, I feel like Sora right now.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I felt like.
But it was really good. So, yeah, definitely check back, you guys. We'll get some video of both demos up for you guys so you
Absolutely.
can check them out. Let's move over to some Xbox One news. So Phil Spencer came out. He talked a lot about the Xbox. There's been a lot of the rumors about the PS4 4.5 coming out. Phil Spencer said that he does not want the Xbox to have an Xbox 1.5 upgrade thing. What do you guys feel about that?
Their choice at this
think,
point.
I think from the comments that I read is it was Phil Spencer being kind of having like a childish quip at that moment in time. Not really childish. It's not really like petty as I want to say.
Because he backhands Sony in
feel-
the comment too, the official comment.
Yeah.
It's like a sleight of hand. It's not like calling Sony out.
It's because someone had asked him the question. He's like, no, I mean, we're not going to do an Xbox
1.5,
Yeah.
and then he
Like-
goes on.
And then he goes on. What does he go on?
His quote says, our box is doing well. It performs, it's reliable, and the servers are doing well. So that was, like you guys are saying, kind of a backhanded thing to like
But the
Sony.
comment goes on, and he says, the servers are doing well. We don't want to come out with a 1.5. We want our consumers to have something and upgrade.
Correct.
And that's what
If
the
they're
sleight of
gonna-
hand
if they're gonna
was.
make a new console, it's
they're
gonna
going
be
to
a
do the
big
whole
jump.
thing all over. And then he says, it's like when you buy a TV or you buy a console, you have a whole unit. I'm not going to ship an Xbox with a screwdriver and just start upgrading pieces one by one.
Now,
So-
I've said this once, and I'll say it again. They're going to come out with like an Xbox One 2.0
Yeah.
down the line, and Phil Spencer's going to be like, "This was our vision from the start." Like
I'm waiting for it.
that's Microsoft in a nutshell. That was Microsoft, the original Xbox. That was Microsoft Xbox 360. That's been Microsoft for Windows. They've
That was
always
for the one, yeah, but not for any of the other consoles that they put out.
But, like-
Prior to the one, they were pretty straight shooters.
Yeah, but I mean, they were straight shooters, but every time they came, that's what I'm saying. That's how it was going up. I'm saying they weren't lying. They never lied about it. But now, like, it's Phil Spencer's Xbox for me is the reason the reason I got out of Xbox. That was Microsoft everything up until this point. Because I got the PC and I was like, well, I'm going to get a console. I ended up getting a PS4. It just seems like the things that Phil Spencer puts on the table are just. It's Microsoft being reactive rather than proactive.
I've seen that.
Just
I can agree with that.
so.
I think with them saying that they're not going to put out another console, as in like the 1.5, for example, I kind of see where they're getting at with that. And then originally, and then Peter's the one who actually set me straight on this. I thought the 4.5, the PlayStation 4.5, was going to be a completely like new thing with the 4K thing.
Nope.
I was completely wrong about that. I totally thought it was going to be like you can only play certain games on this new system. I didn't realize it was just upping the resolution from 1080p to
Well,
4K.
it's because-
So to me, that seems like personally useless. You're going to spend another $400 on something that has a tiny bit faster processor and a tiny bit better resolution.
It's just the same as like when the Xbox 360 first came out. Your first Xbox 360 didn't even have an HDMI cable
true.
port for it.
True.
So then they launched a newer model that had an HD port. Then they launched a new model that was the Elite. And then they launched the last model, the E. So it's not unheard of for companies to release newer models with upgrades.
And that's the big thing. The big thing there too, and you're speaking to it solely, is like cell phones. Like we're used to almost a year and a half lifespan with most phones now.
Yeah.
And I don't think everything should take that approach. PlayStation 4 has been good since launch. And they haven't said either that this console is going to be required for certain games. Like they're not going to come out with this console and be like,
No.
you need this console to play this launch game now. And now there's going to be PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4K games. It's not feasible for the company.
What I think it solely has to do with is the fact that on the current PlayStation 4 gen, with the current PlayStation 4, you're going to have VR 4K, and it's going to run like shit. And they know it's going to. And so essentially what they're doing is they're upgrading what they have
The
to say-
Oculus, or no, I'm sorry, no, I'm looking right at it. I said that. That's not what I meant. PlayStation VR doesn't do 4K output.
But I'm saying, like it's going to start getting to that point where we're going to have more VR games that can start to get to a more high fidelity area. And it's not going to affect the headset any, but it's going to affect the game itself. And then
So
the
they're
fact
saying
that
the software.
now 4K
Yeah.
though is the 4K on the current PlayStation 4 isn't going to run as well. It's going to be choppy. You're probably going to get that progressive, tearing, sometimes across the screen. Just the little things that people who are really specific pick up on.
But they already said
And-
too, if that happens at all with any of their titles, you don't launch.
They
They've already
say,
come out.
They
and
say
said
that though. But I don't think that's going to be the case. And if that wasn't the case, they wouldn't make it.
Well, Sony's been fairly honest with their
Sony's been
system
really
thus
upfront
far
about it.
this generation.
I think honestly, it's just a way for people to. So obviously, VR is coming out, and right now, VR. I mean, we have a VR. We've been playing around with it, a bunch lately.
Except for you.
Except for me, yeah, it's actually true. But a lot of the games they feel gimmicky. And I mean that in the best way possible. Obviously, this is a new item, but they don't feel like full-fledged games. They're not a game that you're going to strap on a headset and you're going to play. You're going to marathon it for 8 hours. I don't mean gimmicky as in they're not well put together or anything like that.
I think Josh wants to.
No, but I get that. But I think that's more where this extra processing power is coming from, like that PS4K. They want people to be able to put out games that you can marathon, that you can play for 8 hours, and they don't want your console to overheat. I don't think it's necessarily, that it's not going to play on the older consoles, but they don't want your console to get overheated. They don't want it to power off halfway through. They want it to be a smooth, easy transition on your hardware, everything like that. I think putting out a console that has extra processing power is just a smart decision on their part.
It's a smart decision, but I think that it also it's kind of a small amount of sand in the face of already existing Sony PlayStation users, myself included, because how I feel is I just spent the $400 to get the PlayStation. And all this step happens within a year, and then all of a sudden at the end of the year of me having my first thing is already the PlayStation 4.5.
Okay.
I might as well just stick to the fucking PC at that point, because same thing happens on the PC. I buy a PC, I spend $400 to upgrade it immediately a year later.
But you're okay with that as a PC player?
No, absolutely not. It's expensive.
Graphic cards are mucho grande.
But you just said that so you don't want to do it with your PlayStation, you might as well just go do it with your PC. So either way, you're going to do it with one over the other.
Right.
So for somebody like you, who I know
does it
is
with both?
geared more towards PC, it might not be feasible. For the person, the 16-year-old kid who's living with his parents, whose only console is his PS4, it might be a feasible option to go, I want a more powerful one, because if I'm going to have just one console, I want it to do everything at the best possible.
Well, yeah, no, I have no problem. Like with $400, I'm going to be essentially buying a second PlayStation 4. What am I going to do with the other one?
Well, it's like I have
do I get
two
it?
already, and it's like I will be buying this one if it comes out. I will have 3 in my house running at all times. It's like, right? So it's like I'm the other consumer. I'm looking forward to slightly better everything.
Well, yeah, but
Because if it's slightly better, I want it, because
I'm right there with you.
I like PlayStation so much, and that's where I go to play games, because I'm on the other side. I can't spend $2,000.
right, but you guys,
I want
like
to spend on a
you
computer.
guys are Sony fanboys. I'm not.
We do bleed
and
blue.
No, it matches my wallet better. Like I can't get a PC that is, introductory to my level of what I want, because I know what I have to buy to have it current for the next 4 years.
I just want you to know,
$2,000.
in my brain, I pictured you pulling out your wallet and having like a PlayStation logo.
I'll show my debit card right now on screen. I'm just kidding. No, I won't.
We were
No, I won't.
We were originally talking about Xbox, and there was a little bit more to that Phil Spencer conversation I did want to bring up.
Go for it.
During that same conference, I believe it was, a lot of people were asking him about Halo 5. Kind of in the beginning, there was talk about it maybe coming to PC. He also said in that same press conference that Halo 5 is most likely not going to get a PC port.
That is a mistake.
That's because that's
That
the
is
only way you're
and
going to
that's not
get
what they
mistake.
said when it came out either.
That is you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
That is
because
not-
they said
No.
should be able to stream right to your PC.
Yep.
And that's why people are like, oh, PC release then, right? It should just get a native PC release. No, they always said stream to it. So
that is a
that's the thing I
huge
don't
mistake.
get. I don't understand.
I don't like it.
So you have something to say.
I
can tell.
have a
for it.
lot to say, and at this point, I'm letting Xbox know I will never, ever buy another Halo because of what you did to Halo 5. I will only be playing the Operation Trebuchet mod for Arma 3, and that's it.
I didn't play Halo 5. I'm going to be honest.
I haven't either,
either.
and I'm a huge Halo fan.
I own an Xbox.
Yep.
I love Halo. Halo 5 didn't have that same pull that the other ones have. So for me, and not getting a PC port doesn't really affect me. I get that it does maybe hurt the community a little bit. Xbox
It
uses
hurts the game. It hurts the universe of the
Yes,
game.
it
as well.
does.
I'm at the point where I don't even care about the ending of the story anymore. It's just like everybody keeps. It's almost like one of those bad Lifetime TV shows where it's like somebody shows up. It's like, oh, who are these guys? I had
it's
no
Days
idea.
of Our Lives.
It's Days of Our Lives, Halo style. It's
Oh,
like
God,
Halo
it
6.
is.
There's this other alien race. No, they're the Flood and Elite combined, and they had a
Do you know-
baby,
have you-
and Locke is going to kill them all.
Have you seen?
don't care.
Do you know how the new plot of the new Halo 5
No,
is?
don't even care.
It honestly basically takes everything that Halo 4 put, which was good. It was a good foundation for a new trilogy.
And
Yes,
stop.
it
to
was.
just shit on it.
My
Halo
favorite.
4 was amazing.
It was great. I loved it.
all you Halo fans out there, whether you're playing it on your Xbox or you're waiting for a PC port, which you're now probably not going to get. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Please tell us.
Please leave
Please
us a
tell us.
comment. Tweet it at us. Leave a comment here below. See, he's pointing below. Not in our beers, just below the video.
And for those that do love it, we're not besmirching your choices. Just
don't.
us personally, we don't.
No, that's what I'm
like
saying.
it.
I really
we're
wanna
not
know-
happy with it.
I want to know your feelings. Were you happy with 5? Are you upset about the port? Are you happy about the port? I just want to know kind of where you fall on that. So,
They should
this
just make
news.
another ODST game.
Can we touch again? Can we touch again?
We can.
Thank you. Thank
This next bit of news is really big for me and any Pokemon fans out there. New month, new event Pokemon. This month we have Jirachi.
you. Yes, sir.
That was my showing Jirachi off.
I thought you were like showing off Josh. I'm like, he doesn't look like that. That's rude.
Josh Rachi.
Josh
I don't
Rachi.
like Jirachi, actually.
Okay, so
Josh
Jirachi,
Jirachi.
you guys, we're not going to spend too much time on it, but you just download it through the Nintendo Store. If you have Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X or Y, you can download it. You can get your Pokemon there. Don't miss it out. It only goes to the 24th, so it's not till the end of the month.
It's not a
but
Pokemon
almost
card
up.
that you get? No
Not
code
a
to
Pokemon
redeem?
card.
Good to know.
Just online. You just download it straight from there. So
Perfect.
another bit of news. Once again, we don't have to talk a ton about it. Just something that I think everyone should know is Sony Network Entertainment and Sony God.
Sony Computer Entertainment
Sony Computer.
America
There you go.
and Sony Interactive
No,
Entertainment.
network are now Sony Interactive.
Center Interactive Entertainment.
Correct.
There you go.
So they actually changed that. They announced it. It's not it's not super big news.
So they merged.
all the
Yes.
continental branches are pretty much just unifying under one umbrella
Okay,
to
cool.
have it easier to communicate for business.
Yep.
They pretty much came out and said this
probably
is not
good.
going to affect the consumer in any way. It's just going to make it easier for us. So if you guys change, we can react faster to it.
That's
So
cool.
it's cool. So they just have like one big overhead now, as opposed to like all different overheads.
So
that's way better.
I
That's
actually
way
have
better.
a quick question about this. How many people lost their jobs during all this?
None.
0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time to plow through.
Go
Okay.
figure.
Business decisions.
Is something you told me about Axiom
Yeah.
Verge. Great
Axiom
game.
Verge, so good. Made by one guy, and they are doing awesome.
So for all you Vita players
They're
out
doing
there, it is finally coming to Vita. The game looks great.
Yep.
Currently available on PS4, but personally, I think it looks more like a Vita game.
Here's my
it's,
question.
And it's more accessible too on the Vita. Like I was just saying earlier, like when I get on my console, there's other games I want to play a little bit longer that need my console to play. On my Vita, that's on the go. Axiom Verge fits that so well, so I can't wait for that on the 19th.
You had a question?
What is Axiom Verge?
So it's basically a Metroid, like a spiritual successor to Metroid, basically.
I'm listening.
So you play as a guy. He's got a gun that can do a whole bunch of hacking and glitches and different things. So you're warped to this world. You have no idea why. You go through the story. You start to uncover a lot of things. But it plays very similar to Metroid. You have like a super jump. You can go through things. You can find little bricks and puzzles and whatnot. You need certain gun upgrades to get to other parts of the map.
All
So
right.
it's like no matter what, you're like force fed into a boss to get the upgrade there. You go this other way. You remember this one thing you walked by where you can use your new gun at, but it runs off like glitches and different things like that. So it's a little bit different to Metroid.
Okay. All right.
Very
lot of
old
fun.
school with a lot of, replayability. You go back through with your extra abilities. You get through kind of open up new doors, extra secrets, stuff like that.
All
Sounds good.
8-bit side-scrolling, old Castlevania style.
You guys know here, we love indie games. We love supporting, the smaller guys who are out there, really putting their love and heart into it. So if you have a PS4, you guys, go check out Axiom Verge. Download it. And if you have a Vita,
So good.
I would
Such a
honestly
good game.
say wait for it. It comes out on the 19th. I'm going to be buying it on the Vita, and I believe it has cross-buy.
It's cross-buy, so I already got it.
very
Just
nice.
waiting.
Perfect. So we have our VR here. You guys, we've been playing around with it a lot. VR is kind of this new big thing. A lot of us are waiting for the PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah.
One has already launched, the Oculus Rift. The HTC Vive actually was supposed to launch this week.
Oh.
They have both had launch problems. So the Oculus Rift, not a huge problem. Basically, its main issue is a big batch of them didn't get shipped out when they were supposed to. So the shipping has been delayed on them. They have already come out and they were really cool about it. They said for anybody who was delayed, we're going to pay for shipping, and they refunded all their shipping.
Oh, nice. That's
Really
really,
cool.
cool. Good job. Way to save
HTC
face.
Vive, they had a much bigger issue where
was
a
it?
ton of the orders got auto canceled.
What?
Yeah, so
Does that mean I can go ahead and get it?
Does that mean they're sitting on the shelf somewhere?
So pretty much what they actually said is they got canceled due to processing issues with financial institutions.
What does that mean?
Basically, there was some issue with basically my understanding of that is there was some issue with banks. So if you said, I'm going to pre-order this, you attach your bank account to it. Certain banks didn't let that money come out. So those
Because of the price, maybe? And because it's sat in pending processing
guys
for
smell
so
that?
long?
could be a million things.
It's a conspiracy. Rockefeller's behind this. He's controlling the banks. Obviously, we know this. It means he supports Oculus Rift. Illuminati support the Oculus Rift.
Illuminati confirmed.
Confirmed.
What I think it was, you guys, just some simple mistakes. Basically, if you had an HTC Vive and it got auto canceled, they say go back through, contact them. They're trying to fix everything. They also said contact your financial institution was the exact term they used, and basically let them know this order is legit. So I don't know if it's like you said a high amount, if it's because
That's
they've been
weird.
pending for so long. There was not
Where were
clear
these canceled
communication.
from? Does it say like if it was through Amazon, if it was like through a certain outlet? No sources cited. Okay.
No. So that was kind
That's
of
just
it.
kind of shady.
So it's hard to say exactly
Not even
why.
That sucks because like is somebody gonna sit on the couch, not pay attention, assume they're getting it that week, and like it never shows up, and then they question it?
So I'd like to know if there's anybody out
No.
there who had one reserved, and yours got canceled. Let us know. I want to know what happened. And stay posted, you guys. As more information comes out, we will let you know. So that was the news of the week. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Appreciate it.